Perfect.
What's up guys, my name is Norskool and welcome to something I haven't really done before. So you might ask yourself how I got into this. Well, it all started when a video popped up in my YouTube suggested video page. Now on that page there was this one video that I was really interested in, so of course I clicked it and checked it out, and the autoplay was turned on, so it just moved on to the next video. It was sort of the same subject, and on and on and on, and you can sort of see where this goes. This autoplay feature had me for about, 3 to 4 weeks. And in between then I managed to spend about 50 quid on just random stuff. So when everything came in the post, I knew I had to put it to good use. I bought resin, polish pads, pearl powders, everything I needed to do it. So before I looked myself around, I had everything mixed up and ready to go, and a box was cast. Nah, the first one didn't go so well, but we learned and we adapted. But you're not here to hear me blabber on, so why don't I just roll the cinematic?
Perfect.
To recap, clean and tidy up your box and rough sand it from 60 to 240 grit. Now, then you seal up all the edges with some tape to make sure that the resin doesn't go anywhere. Next thing is you mix up your resin. Part 1, part 2, read the label on the tin, mix it up according to that. Then you stir, and you stir for a good 5 minutes. Then you should be able to add your pearl powders, and it should be one homogeneous mass. Then you stir, and 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 you keep stirring for about 10 minutes or so. 15 minutes worth of stirring with my resin with a curing time of about 45 minutes, or with a work window of about 45 minutes. That should do your job. Now you're ready to cast the box. So now what you do is you level the box out to make sure it's all even, then you pour the resin in, and then you wait. Maybe when it hits the jelly stage, you f it up with a stir stick, I don't know. I'm not the boss of you, but it'll create some patterns. Next steps is sanding. One of the longest, one of the most tedious parts, but there is a couple tips. The first thing starts with filing the edges off. Just knocking down the edges to make sure it's nice and round to hold, and there's no jagged edges from any cured resin. Then you bust out the rumble sander, or it's called an orbital sander. Shout out to my neighbor Dave for making that happen. Now, if you decide to use an orbital sander, be careful with that thing. You can easily gouge out the part or overheat the resin. Both of those things are not good news. Anyway, next steps is hand sanding. So you're going from 60 to 400 grit with a cork sanding block. Maybe for the more rougher and more aggressive parts, use some aluminum oxide papers. I don't know, I'm not the boss of you. That's your decision. The next bit is the most tedious by far, polishing. Now, it's a little bit like waxing an automobile, wax on, wax off. Instead, we're doing water on, polish go, water on, polish go. Now you're going from 1500 to 12,000 grit with the micro mesh, moving from horizontal to vertical sanding patterns to try and remove the scratches from each pass previously. Now the next thing that needs to be done is finishing. I decided to go for a linseed oil look here because the linseed oil will help the grain of the box pop, as well as it'll keep the wood on the box from being shiny. A varnish would have been shiny, the resin would have been completely indistinguishable from the box. I don't want that. I want a soft transition between the resin and the wood, and we achieve that by using linseed oil. Now is the end stretch. Slam some hinges on her, paint the inside black, and it's good to go. And that concludes the tutorial part of this video. And here comes what you've waited for. This is what I have created. And right now, as this video is going live on the YouTubes, the person I'm giving this to has put it to good use.
Shawty, you know what it is.
Perfect.
Thanks so much for watching the video. A like rating would be very appreciated. Now, that's everything I have to say for today. So please just do me a favor and go out there and make something beautiful today. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.